And we're live. Hi, my name is Michelle Moroz.
Dr. Smiley over here. I mean,
Over
here.
there, right there. And we are Amplifluence. Thank you so much for joining us on Amplifluence. If you want to learn more about Amplifluence, go to amplifluence.com. I'm going to put it there because it's spelt funny. It's amplify your influence.
I thought you were talking to me. I thought you were talking to me when you said welcome to Amplifluence. I was going to say, well, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So what is Amplifluence? Why did we come up with that?
Well, we like to amplify influencers. And that word is too long to spell, and the domain was taken. So our wonderful, lovely partner, Todd Westra, truncated it. Is that a word? Truncate? Mm-hmm. Or truncate? It's probably truncate. So we now have, so Amplifluence is our wonderful word we're bringing into the dictionary of amplifying influencers. I wish it was easier to say, though.
Me too.
You wouldn't want to go to a tongue twister contest with Amplifluence as one of the.
He said she sells on the seashore. Now, I want to share some things that have happened because we were off the air last week, weren't we? And now we're back. And you were on vacation. You had a birthday. And I wanted to say a big shout out birthday to a lot of people in my family. My whole family is full of August.
30 people that have their birthday
not 30, but a lot. So like you are family. And your birthday was on the 5th. Then my older brother Bruce, his is on the 7th. My sister's on the 12th. Then my cousins, I'll go to my husband next. My husband is the 19th. My cousins Cherie and Nikki are the 21st. And then I know I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, and Emmy's the 20th too. Emmy Archuleta. So I have a lot of August birthdays. I know I forgot somebody. My anniversary is this month too. And who do you have for birthdays?
Well, I have a lot if I'm going back to my birthday because I have some birthday twins. You keep track of your birthday twins?
No.
Really? So I actually
I've only met 2 people with my birthday, and I know one is here in Colorado, and her name is
Noelle Peterson, by the way.
Okay. Yes. So who are your birthday twins?
Well, I just want to say that that's actually the sign of someone being gracious. You gave up your birthday page of your day to her because you wanted her to be in your book. Isn't that awesome? Yes. Instead of an either or, it's either me or her. You said it's her. So David Corbin is my birthday twin. And kids are on stage, by the way. David Corbin, here's the spelling.
Yeah.
And kids are on stage that he worked with a company that rhymes with Schlomino's and saved their pizza butt. And actually, really, Domino's is in business because of his great strategies in mind. And I have several other people. I'm flipping through just so we don't say the whole world, but Bonnie Hochstein is the queen of the Huns. You remember the movie Hairspray?
Oh, yeah.
Based in Baltimore. Well, Bonnie is one of the Huns, and she is an amazing leader. The Huns go around and actually make Baltimore great by helping nonprofits. And then we have, I have to say this because his name is so cool, Tone Butta. Tone Butta, you have to meet him. He is like a pastor type. Mary Dominguez in Florida. She's awesome. And you know what? We're looking for a birthday for August 9th for the birthday books. August 9th, we need you. So if you have
Wait, I know who we missed.
Who?
Michelle Jewsbury.
She's probably right here coming up. Is she? What day is she?
She's the 10th.
10th? Okay, yeah. Michelle Jewsbury. And by the way, good job on it. And then Alejandro, and by the way, I was on the 10th when I was doing this. Brooks, he has an amazing hot sauce, Mama Brooks hot sauce, and he is apparently going to connect us to Pitbull, who also loves the hot sauce. All right. Angel Rebo in the Dallas area. I have to connect you to him. He is amazing. We have in Dose of Hope. Can I say this one? Because I know you want to interject, but this one is potentially one of the biggest birthdays for the Dose of Hope. Dr. Freeman A. Herbowski III. He is considered by Wikipedia as one of the top 100 influential people in the world, and he is in Dose of Hope sharing his story of how he brings hope to the world. Go ahead.
I also have for Horse School.
Isn't she awesome? August 2nd. August 2nd, by the way.
Yes.
You
And
don't even
then,
have the page.
oh, there was someone else I wanted to show you in here.
David Richardson, my best man of my wedding.
Oh,
David
he really
Richardson.
was your best man. You
And
said
by
my
the way,
best man.
and I'm the godfather of his son.
Cool.
Yeah. We need an August 14th birthday.
Yeah.
Who's I need an August 14th birthday. August 15th, James Allen, who was referred to me and recommended, and a wonderful person from Jen Duplessis. Ba-boom. Keith Leone, a friend publisher, wonderful publisher, just biggest heart ever. Dr.
Misty
Duncan.
C. Misty C, August 17th. Sasha
Who?
Pereira.
Sasha Pereira?
Sasha Pereira.
Oh, yeah.
Misty C.
She is Misty C. Misty C.
Misty C.
Good old Ken Shaletsky, who owns a printing company, and we actually use his printing company when we have emergencies and we have to get books done in 2 days. He actually ships them and does them in 2 days. Not yours. Not just yours. This is my point. I will finish with just a couple more. Umar Hamid, you have to meet him. I have to connect you. He is a Baltimore guy. He travels the world. Very, very interesting, amazing guy. And then Emmy. You want to say Emmy since that's your...
Emmy Archuleta. She's the 20th, isn't she?
She is the 20th, and I'm not going to lie because there it is, 20th.
Because she is one of my queens out of Hold My Crown. She's one of the queens out of Hold My Crown.
And she's also in Dose of Hope, if I recall. I believe she is. And then Pastor Tim Brooks, he's in Dose of Hope. I'm starting to see a common theme that people that are in Dose of Hope are shouted out for their birthday.
I'm seeing that.
You remember that little company named AOL? Do you remember that company?
See, there's Emmy in her crown. I can't do it. Emmy with
By
her
the way,
crown.
anyone who wants to get these books for free, all you need to do is DM Michelle or myself, and we'll send you the birthday book. Remember that AOL company?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was Armenia Online. No. It was America. It was America Online. Steve K's birthday.
What does he do with American Online?
He owned it. He founded it. He created it. In other words, he was. I mean, a lot of people think that there was another person who invented the internet that also invented AOL. No, it was Steve Case.
Okay.
And he lives in Virginia.
Cool.
Crazy. And then Paul Becker, who's one of the Dose of Hope and also a veteran. And he has his own veteran edition.
Talking about this Dose of Hope. This is what he's talking about. Keep smiling, Dose of Hope.
And then I think one of the more enjoyable people that I've met in my life, Ben Gay III.
I like the name.
He created the 800 number. And think about that. We dial 800 or 888. He's the one who created the 800 number.
Really?
He also was the president of Nightingale Press. Remember Nightingale Press, the motivational tapes back in the 70s-ish? Okay. Big deal. All right. That's my deal. Those are my birthday shout-outs. Are you ready for a zinger?
I'm looking for a zinger. That's ready.
Well, I don't know if you're looking for a zinger. I'm going to give you a zinger. I have been told at times that I am humorous. I mean, Dr. Smiley is not all frowns is basically the deal. And I am doing my very first attempt at stand-up tonight in Columbia, Maryland at Nottingham's 8 o'clock. So for those of you in California.
Where?
Nottingham's.
Nottingham, where?
All of a sudden you can't hear as well. Nottingham's, Columbia, Maryland.
Okay, at 9 o'clock tonight?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. So if you're in the Eastern Hemisphere and you can get over to Nottingham's, Ken is going to do his stand-up routine at 8 o'clock.
And by the way, it might be 3 minutes. I don't know how long it'll let me go up there. I have a feeling it's as long as I'm funny, and it might be a very short period of time. But I'm gonna take a stab at it. This is my first shot.
Okay, well, give us a joke. Can you do something like that?
Well, I don't want to actually give my material, but I will. I'll give what I'm going to talk about. And then I'm going to give a zinger that I'm not going to talk about on the show that's humor, hopefully. You ready? Well, you know that when you wish happy birthday or happy holidays or happy New Year, things like that, that you're just trying to reach out to people you haven't talked to in a long time. And if you do it like I do, which is, believe it or not, 300 to 500 texts, I actually spend hours saying, I haven't talked to these people in forever. I'm going to say happy Valentine's or happy Irish Day or whatever. I will get a nice percentage of people calling back, texting back, who is this? And who dat? And who is this, please? And my favorite of all, and this is the one the joke's about, is I'm so sorry. I just got a new phone and I lost all my contacts. I lost all of them. And so I just need to reintegrate you into my system that I keep track of impeccably. And I have this friend, this lovely woman who ironically owns a women's network, has texted me 7 times in the last year and a half. Who is this? I just bought a new phone. And I send her picture and she goes, oh my God, it's Candace. How are you? And all this stuff. And I always think when she does this, that there's no way the next time I wish her a happy holiday or birthday or anything like that she won't do that. But she's done 7 times. She said, I'm so sorry. I bought a new phone and I don't know who this is. And so I was thinking that the material I'm going to share tonight is how much she has to spend at Apple to keep the integrity of that conversation in play. I mean, she's bought 7 in 18 months, 7 phones at $1,000 a pop. I mean, that's a lot of money just to keep the integrity.
Stop buying phones.
Well, I think on this eighth time I had to go buy a phone, I think I'm going to tell her there's this feature in the general settings that allows you to keep your messages. I mean, I think she has evaporate message after I say, who is this? So that's my thing. Okay. But here's the zinger. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
The zinger is the one I told you I was going to say today.
You know, it's not a zinger, but you tell me it's a zinger, right? You destroy it.
Yeah, I know. I destroyed the zinger. But this is the one I prefaced earlier in the show that I'd be sharing. Is that we have this mutual friend. Her name is Gail Hamilton, and Gail Hamilton is a riot, and she's a zinger, and she has allowed me to join her on the front cover of her new book coming out in a week called The Blind Coffee Table Book. The Blind Coffee Table Book. And it is her experience through her eyes, a blind person, of the world. And I asked her, we're not just doing this book to add comedic humor, that it's funny that there's a blind coffee table book that you turn the page and you see a picture of the Eiffel Tower and it's just black. And you see a picture of the China wall is black. And the last picture in the book is her holding her blind coffee table book, looking in the mirror, and it's black. So I said, we're doing this because we want to awaken sighted people's minds that to be blind, this is what it looks like. But more importantly, how do we embrace, integrate, celebrate the blind? And I said, Gail, what would you like to call this movement? And she was like, I'd like to call it BLM. And I go, it's already taken, because Blind Lives Matter. So I told her she has to come up with something a little bit more expansive or unique. And so we're still working on that. But she is working with her blind coffee table book to come up with a movement for how we hire the 75% of blind people that are actually unemployed, skilled, ready to work, capable of working, and probably taking your company to another level. And I won't give the third one, but I'll give the second one. How many websites are saying to the blind people, we do not want to do business with you, or we don't want your money? And that's, to me, like,
there's a lot of those.
Yes. So the blind have the capability of obviously searching the internet just like we do and saying, hey, if there's something here for me, I'll stay here. Well, if there's nothing there for you, you don't go at all. So there's a lot of websites that are not blind friendly. So that's the idea of the Blind Coffee Table Book, is to awaken people to embrace and cause a difference of bringing humanity together. And that does include the blind. It's not bringing humanity together in the sense of one specific piece. It's all humanity. And so that is
coming out in a month or in a week?
It actually is coming out in about a week.
Wow.
I didn't, and that's the zinger, because you thought it was a month. So see the zing? Does it zing?
Yeah. Okay. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is,
can I tell you that I don't think I've ever told you this before. And I'm sorry that you're about to make this important thought, and I'm like interrupting you almost in a rude fashion, but I mean, that is,
you're making me crazy. Talk.
No, I just want to tell you that you are one of, when I hear your voice and I hear you go up on stage, I say, Man, Michelle is one of the best zingers I've ever heard. So thank you for being a great zinger. I mean, singer. See, I had to come up with another zinger because I already used my zinger. So I had to use zinger in another context.
Okay, can I give you some advice for tonight? Don't tell them you're about to try to be funny, okay? Just go out there and be the straight man and just drop them like it's hot, and that'll be funnier.
Okay.
Much more funny.
You know what I'm curious about? I'm curious about whether you can use material from other people, because there's so much good material that's never been heard before. I.e. the No Nonsense book. Remember the No Nonsense book?
Yeah.
It has all this material.
Why not?
Well, I don't see why not either. I mean, I don't want to get sued. I mean, can you imagine? That'd be a zinger to the pocket.
Well, no, if you say it and then say, well, you should have heard so-and-so say it. He's the one who did it. You know, that kind of thing.
You remember Mitch Hedberg?
No.
In the book, I don't know if you remember. So he's like the Stephen Wright, but he's kind of the hippie-ish type of dry humor. So I had a friend of mine introduce me to him. He says, you got to watch this video. I mean, if you like Stephen Wright, you're going to love Mitch Hedberg. And Mitch Hedberg overdosed or died of heroin in some context. And so one of the first things I ever see him do is this deadpan on the mic. He just talks to the audience. He says, I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too.
Oh, good grief. Next. This was 21 days. I wanted to talk about that because I met Cosmo years ago. I was doing a presentation in Highlands Ranch area. And after I did the presentation, Stephanie, his at then time girlfriend, now wife, came up to me and she says,
and mommy.
Yes, and a mommy, new mommy. She has, my boyfriend would like to meet you. And so we got together and we started talking. And Cosmo is just this ball of energy. He makes me look calm as all get out. And he's gone to a couple of the boot camps I've run, and he's just an amazing guy. He's done a TED Talk and everything. And Stephanie is his anchor. She's the one who keeps him in lined up as he's running 15 miles, 15 Mach 15. And Genius in 21 Days is something he invited me to because I had the brain injury. And he said, this will really help you. I think it'll help you remember names in your audience and be able for you to put things back together again, the things that you say you've lost. And so I took the Genius in 21 Days course, and it did help me a lot. I wasn't very good at practicing, but I was very, very good in the course. And every once in a while, I'll use it again. So saying all that, when I heard about Kenny, K3, Ken's son, I said, you really need to get him in there. This little boy, he's brilliant. And once he gets this Genius in 21 Days things inside of him, he will be unstoppable. And all of his friends will be taught and also be unstoppable. And I introduced you to Cosmo, and you, please tell me, how did it go? You just came out of the course with your son. How was it this past couple of days?
The audience, being the humble person that Dr. Mraz is, she's not sharing an important facet of this. One important facet, this introduction was made, I think, in October of last year, I think. Maybe November. And the reason I share that is because you just hired me to do your book, and you were introducing me to amazing people. And the two facets of this is that you never stopped asking if I was connecting with him. That was one. And number two, I saw the brilliance of this connection. A connection that's made that will change your life is as big as the quote by, what is his name? Gosh, it's the guy who says, the difference between where you are today and where you'll be in 5 years is the people you meet and the books you read. Oh, Charlie Tremendous Jones. And so my point is, you gave me that Charlie Tremendous Jones moment with Cosmo. Because you gave me a guy that is exactly what I'm about. It's about memory. How to use your brain to be powerful. How to use your brain to have a mindset that causes you to say, I love what Gandhi did in the world, or I love what so-and-so did in the world. I want to do that too. And I have the mind that can do it. And Cosmo says a magic thing in the presentation. He says, you have a brain and you think that you have deficiencies with that brain. You don't. You actually don't know how to use and harness it so it can be as powerful as you'd want it to be. You have nothing that you're going to lose in your brain if you just actually say, I'm going to learn these strategies in the Genius course, and now all of a sudden you remember everything you want. And I'm going to give a couple testimonials to.
Well, here's the thing, Cosimo. We're running out of time. Cosimo
Are we?
came to America not speaking English. He was sent here to run a course, and he could not speak English. Please tell us, how fast did he learn English?
Less than 30 days fluent. And Kenny, in a very short period of 4 minutes to 5 minutes, learned how to do pi 3.14 to 45 digits out. He learned the 20 amendments of the Constitution of the United States of America in about 5 minutes.
So did you?
Yes, I did. But I mean, I'm just talking about my boy. And Kenny, Cosmo last night on this call said, I want to be the Tony Robbins of memory. And I believe because of how big his heart is, he has that capability, because that's what Tony Robbins did. Tony Robbins said, I want to do this with my life. And he created himself as the name you drop when you want to do something big in life in the personal development space. So Genius in 21 Days.
Cosmo did a TEDx too, so you could find him on the internet if you look up Cosmo Intermente. And he has 3 books
coming out. He has 3 books coming out on memory.
With you.
Yeah. And that's the thing about staying in a conversation. He said to me, I guess probably one of the best compliments I could possibly have is he said last week, he says, I can't imagine, because I keep thinking of my books and I think of you. And he says, you have to be part of my book campaign. So I was elated by that. And I'm so excited that my son went through this course, and he's talking to Stephanie today about the mentorship of how he uses the information in the course to actually apply it to life. So really amazing.
And this is why it's important. I wanted you to meet him, and I wanted K3 to be there, is because there's a huge impact in the schools that this could have, a ripple effect. So Ben, Red, you are watching right now. This Redwood, we definitely want you to, I want you to somehow meet Cosimo also. I don't know how he would play a part in all the amazing things you do at the different schools around the nation, but Cosimo is magic, and the things that he does with Genius in 21 Days. So if you want us to connect you, please message me or message Ken, and we'll connect you to Cosimo, because with all the things you do in schools, this is huge.
I dare Ben to message both of us at the same time. Cosmo.
Okay.
I double dog dare. We got to go soon, so please.
I know. I'm going to the next one. So last night I had a show called Mental Shift. I have it every Tuesday night, Wednesday morning in the Philippines. And my guest last night was Dr. Fab Mancini, drfab.com. And if you want to learn more about him, you need to go to drfab.com. Now Ken met him a while ago, but I officially met him at Craig Duswalt's Rock Your Life conference in Dallas, Texas. And met him, saw that smile, immediately fell in love with him. I did not care what he did. He just has this energy about him. Last night he was on my show, and he was sharing his heart, and he was emanating that amazing energy. If you want to find it, look on my Facebook page, or go to YouTube and do TNC or the new channel. I can put I'll put it in the chat here too. But Dr. Fab gave some great advice. Okay. So he talked, and he shared his story about coming from Colombia and not being able to speak English and picking up English because he wanted to pass school. They put him back 2 years because he couldn't speak English. But he shares this story of how he kept crawling out of that crab bucket and wanting more and helping himself become better, stronger, whatever, being the best he could be in whatever he decided to be. And he shared a lot of stories, but really the thing that he said was, when he was 16, I believe, he was in Colombia and something really bad happened. And in that moment, he realized he could have died. And he thought, so many of us focus on the past that we can't live today. Some people live so far into the future, they can't even enjoy what they have today because they're so busy hoping and wishing and wanting the future. He says at 16, he realized, I could have died that day. I enjoy every moment.
And he does.
Every moment. And he's always smiling. Why? Because he's just happy to breathe. Just the kind of thing that I always say, I'm happy to take a breath. And then what he shared at the end of the show, because I asked him, drop some truth bombs on us right before we go. He said this: you need to forgive other people, your past, and yourself. Number 2, find gratitude in everything you do. everything. Be grateful that you might have a rundown car. Be grateful you have a car. You might have a tin roof on your shack, and you barely have anything, but at least you have a roof over your head. Find gratitude in everything that you experience or have. Like with me, I was saying, with my cancer, the gratitude I have is it helped me find a healthier version of me, because I really wasn't looking for that at 50 some odd years old. And so there's always something that you can be grateful for no matter what you do. And third, he shared, love yourself unconditionally. Love yourself so much that you're willing to do the hard things for yourself. Fill your pitcher before you start filling everybody else's cup. It was a magical conversation. And Ken, thank you so much for introducing me to Dr. Fab, because I met him, I saw him in passing at Craig's event, the last event, but never talked to him. This time I made it, I purposely went to him so I could meet him. And
Well, I
wow.
told you to, and I actually want to address that, actually, because you're not telling the story again because you're too damn humble. So here we go. The story goes like this. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have met Dr. Fab, and he was the light at that event. I mean, Craig Duswalt attracts the biggest and best charismatic heart-centered leaders. But I went up to Dr. Fab. I said, after hearing you, would you hold this card up? And he says, the smile is the most important thing in my life. I would be happy to not only hold it, but I want to connect with you. Now, this is a man who's at the level of Dr. Oz and Dr. Phil. This is a guy that you could have every reason not to have any time with him because he's so busy. He makes time for what he feels is important. And he took my call not once, but 3 times for 3 hours total. And he did the Dose of Hope book chapter within a day or two. I mean, it was insane. And this is the dance I want to say, Michelle, that's so magical, is that you brought me to an event and I found the diamond. And I said, this is the diamond. Please do not let this diamond go. He is the smile of life. And then you met him and you got to have him on your show. And I believe he's your first guest. I mean, he's your first guest because we are in partnership, and you bring a partner on every once in a while, but he was your first big guest, and you have so many other big guests to bring in. So I'm excited because he relates to how valuable a smile is. And you said gratitude, that's what his message is. If you're in gratitude, you're smiling. And if you're smiling, you're in gratitude. It actually does not allow you to be in a pity party. It's really crazy. So
he had me grinning ear to ear all night. I honestly wanted him to just keep talking, and I didn't want to ask him questions. I just wanted to smile and listen.
Yeah, he is light.
He asked everyone to go to his website and just, he's got a lot of free.
I want to correct the website. You said drfab.com. Drfab.com is owned by a dentist who doesn't know what to do with the site and is maybe going to sell it to him at one point. But his website is drfabmancini.com. And it is an amazing website. When you go to and by the way, Dr. Fab Mancini, it was funny when I met him, he says, it's Dr. Fab Mancini, like Henry Mancini, the Pink Panther. So Henry Mancini did all these amazing scores for movies and TV shows, but one of them that he did was the Pink Panther. So if you look up the Pink Panther, underneath it will say Henry Mancini or H. Mancini. So the Dr. Fab has the same last name as Henry Mancini.
That's funny.
And that's actually the other point of, you said all this stuff and you said the wrong website, which is cool because it's corrected right now. Isn't that awesome? Like, he can't call you later and say, I wish you had said my website. It's in there. It's hyper focused that it's in here. drfabmancini.com. And it's an amazing website. Just go there and check it out.
Yeah, he said during COVID, he made everything free so that people can just go and be helped. He says right now people need more. They need more.
Oh, I have to say one more thing before we end the show is.
Well, we're not ending the show yet.
Good. Because there are people that serve and give unconditionally. And then there's people with an agenda that could be self-serving. It could be even partnership. And then there's people that are potentially takers and they're just only in it for them. I was blown away, and I actually stayed on every single hour with Dr. Fab Mancini to hear when I owed him a lot of money. I mean, like when he's going to sell me something. At the end of hour 3, I was convinced and realized that this man will never, ever sell and try to take a penny from me. And that's a lot of time to spend with someone when your time is worth arguably 50,000 an hour or more. I mean, he could be worth 150,000 an hour, quite frankly.
Now, just to
And
give you all a hint on Dr. Fab, I mean, he's been on CNN, NBC, ABC. He was the advising doctor for the doctors and for Dr. Oz. I think 15 years or so, he was the head doctor for the Olympics.
yeah, exactly.
He
Yeah,
is.
and by the way, I
seriously
bought his product.
fabulous.
And by the way, I bought his product at the last event, and I've been using
How you
it.
doing with that?
Love the product. I mean, every single. And by the way, every product is just simply labeled, immune by Dr. Fab, sleep Dr. Fab, and drink. Put this in your water and don't be hungry, Dr. Fab. I mean, it's a really simple white bottle with a cool, sexy, like I don't know, kind of hippie-esque label, but it's just so simple. And I have to say, when I take it, but he never sold me the product once in 3 hours that we were on the phone and we were at the event. He didn't say he doesn't care. That's not his agenda. His agenda is not to sell his product. His agenda is to say, if you need answers and solutions to health and wellness, I would be happy to help you. That's it.
He's wonderful. So go check out his website, drfabmancini.com, and see what he's got. He's got a lot of videos and things you can listen to. He is, honestly, I told him, you're my mentor. You just don't know it. I said, you are me on steroids, because it's just, he's so out there and he's so big in the community. I mean, he is the advisor to billionaires and movie stars and things of that nature. But he's the most humble man you will ever meet. Just this beautiful, humble light. So go check him out. And go check out my show with him last night, because we had a great time.
Oh, you got to check out the show. Yeah. And by the way, he has events, and they're the kind of events you can't get into unless you are early risers, because he doesn't allow big numbers at his events. It's a very intimate setting of like 100 people. And he brings people like Jack Canfield and Les Brown to his events, and Dr. Phil and Dr. Oz. They just show up at his events.
He invited me to meet him in Dallas when I come out. He wants me to call him, let him know. So I will let him know when I go to Dallas. And awesome. He's also coming to my next event. I did not invite him to September.
Oh, you didn't invite him?
Well, I invited him to next year's event.
Okay. Well, that's the big one.
Yes.
With the big stage.
This was big, but intimate. It's much more intimate. This is my first official event that I'm doing as a speaker boot camp. So let me share that. It's the Unapologetic Speaker Camp, September 29th and 30th in Colorado Springs. And the night of the 28th, we're doing a movers and shakers cocktail party at a local hotel. But if you want to go, you need to sign up for the boot camp. You can just go to my website, michellemoross.com, and click the button. So the 29th and 30th, basically, have you ever gone to an event and you see this speaker, you go, dang, look how powerful they are on that stage. Look how they own it. I mean, every eye is stuck on them. I want to be that speaker. Or have you ever looked at the speaker and go, they're up here again? They hired them again? Why don't they hire me? Or, wow, that message was really powerful. If you have any of those questions, or if you ever said those kind of things out loud or to yourself, come to my boot camp. That's what I do. I'm an executive speaking coach. And what I've decided to do is take a nice intimate group of people, put them in one room, and group coach you together, but have each of you go on stage one by one, have stage time, if you want, professional headshot, professional photos, like action shots of you on stage doing really cool stuff, and professional audio, so that we can help you build what I know you will need as a speaker. These are all the things I'm basically giving you my heart. The things that I knew that I did not know I needed until I was told I needed them. So we're building like the speaker sheet and how you work on stage, all of those kind of things. Because if you want to get moving in the world of speaking, or if you want to get moving and shine brighter than everybody else in your networking group or in the business that you're in, so that you can rise above, you want to be at this Unapologetic Speaker Camp in Colorado Springs, 29th and 30th. Encourage you to come in on the 28th so you can join us at the cocktail party. But sign up at michellemoross.com, and then all the details are there.
I think you're forgetting another question that people won't ask themselves or might ask themselves, and it's, why am I here? And how can I be powerful? I think there's 75%, according to some statistics, that people don't even know why they're living. And I think your event connects people to inspirational people and to their power that they actually harness, that could be a calling from God that they don't even know is there until they tap it. So I think your event's way bigger in that. I imagine someone like a Gandhi, a Mother Teresa, or whoever you want to talk about in their, before their power is addressed and their calling's addressed, how that unleashes it.
I like it. Well, and you've got to think, I am not a humdrum speaker. I'm very passionate, and I'm very good at pulling that out of other people. So on their passion, to amplify that and make it very powerful. So you can get it down from 3 seconds to 4 hours. But at this event, I'm giving everyone who comes 7 minutes on stage and then live feedback from me, which is recorded. And then we also have the audience give you feedback. It's basically a giant workshop, but you've got an executive coach giving you feedback that there's no way you would normally get that from any other audience. So come out, join us in Colorado Springs.
There's so much complexity to it. People think that getting on stage and speaking is just getting on stage and speaking. There's the marketing of how you even get sought after to even be considered to speak. There's the fact that when you're on the stage, are you selling something, and are you able to convert what you're selling? And then there's, if you're on stage, are you sharing your passion in a humorous and entertaining way that causes people to say, I love this person, whatever they want, whatever they can do for me, I want, because they're so connected to the audience. So I don't think you can build up enough what you do on stage that causes people to say that you are the best speaker they've ever seen. And
I've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why I wanted to do this boot camp, from Denim and Pearls. Brian Swanson said, you have to do an event, Michelle. Too many people keep telling you this. And then, of course, you said, that's a really good idea. But with the Unapologetic Speaker Camp, this is more than a speaker camp. I don't know how to give halfway. I give all. And so when I'm on that stage and I'm sharing, you're going to get a heck of a lot more than that $7.98 price that I put on there. I put the $7.98 there because I want you to be there to grow. I want you to be there.
Right. So I think it's funny that when people say, oh, I knew her, and you're making, I don't know, this obscene amount of money and you have all this abundance, you're creating all this movement in the world. This is that time that you could be having access to someone pre-Jack Canfield, whoever you want to say. Yeah. Because
that's true, because my show just got my mental shift.
I know it's true. I speak the truth, Michelle. So thank you for saying that's true.
Yeah, mental shift out of the Philippines. It just got picked up by Zondra TV here in Dallas, and it is now starting September 1st, streaming at 6 continents. The only one we're missing is Antarctica, and I'm sure someone's got a ham radio out there.
Yeah, Antarctica's pissed. I got some emails from them, and they're not happy at all about this situation.
And today we're meeting with the studio to build my set for my in-audience show. So yes, Ken is very correct. You want to be at this boot camp now, because starting next year, things are going to be hyper-focusedly changed for my life, because I will be incredibly busy.
And that means more demand.
And the price will definitely go up. Because I have a whole new studio that I will be doing this boot camp at. So
and sometimes it's just great to say, I knew Elon Musk because I saw him launch before he actually said he was going to do Tesla next. So I think you are actually a really great answer to how people call their calling. They actually touch what they're doing in life. And, it may not be that they're a speaker. It may just be that they're more powerful about how they speak. Yes.
Well, and the other thing is, I didn't even think about this, but I just realized I should probably open it to the public, where you can, pay $100 to just be in the room, that kind of thing. So you can witness these amazing speakers. So I think I might add that. So you can come in as.
Yeah,
I might make that possible.
But by the way, I would like to say that add that, but have kind of a caveat that we're trying to attract authors, speakers, influencers, people that really want to show up in.
Wait a minute. I can't open it up. because part of the magic of being in that room with me is you are getting coaching from me, and
Okay.
that's not an easy thing to do. I only take 12 one-on-one clients a year, and I'm putting
So you know what I would
20
suggest?
what?
I would suggest that you potentially figure this out, that someone can actually taste the experience for maybe an hour. They can stop by and have one open hour or something like that. Maybe it's the last hour of the day. Something like that. Just think about that.
Actually, the second day, the 30th is a half day, and they can all come, and you can just, I'll put a price on for just the second day. First day is I'm working
And
with everybody.
Robert Peterson will be there that day from Add Value to Life.
On the 30th?
I believe he said he would do that because I'm taking off to another event.
Yes, 29th. So the 30th, I'm going to put on the link so that if you want to come and watch the people who have already gone through the camp with me, you'll be able to watch several of them on Sunday. But that first day, it's just me and you, baby. We're going to be me, you on the stage and a microphone and some cameras. It'll be awesome.
Well, not to mention anybody that's at that event, you're making an offer for the January event that would probably be at least reasonably delectable.
Yes. So yes, you are being sneaky, aren't you? I'm okay. So at the event on the 29th and 30th, the night of the 29th after our day, we're going out to dinner together, and I'm going to bring you on a field trip to my studio. And then the next day we'll open it up so other people can come and watch you on stage, and you can share your message to outside of that room. But I am also going to give an offer for my next event for anyone who shows up, who signs up for this event. And it will be a doozy once you see it on the night of the 29th. Even Ken doesn't know what it looks like.
So I want to say about that sneaky comment. I want to say something about that. So sneaky has a negative context to it. And I want to tell you. Well, it would be sneaky if I had a negative context to it. So to be fair, it could be sneaky, but it's not. And I just want to tell you the intention of me sharing that. I was doing 330 events a year when I started the Umbrella Syndicate in 2009, and people would always somewhat curse me, and they'd say, "Why didn't you tell me before you post the photos?" In other words, don't tell me where you went, tell me where you're going. And so what I was sharing is that we don't want this show to ever be, oh, what we did. We want this show to be an invitation for anybody who wants to be a part of what we are doing, play bigger, that they are in the awareness of actually participating if they want to. It's their choice. But it wasn't sneaky. It was really just to say there's a lot of surprise that will come out, and you will not want to say after January, i.e. February of 2023, I wish I had known. I wish they had been more clear. So that was my intention.
And the other thing about that is we are family. You know, for those of you who watch, especially me on social media, I gather people. I like family. And once I started working with Ken, we keep gathering bigger families together. We like to travel in troops, basically. And people who come to the Unapologetic Speaker Camp become part of my family, the family. Okay. And when I'm traveling around, I invite you. What?
I'm getting teary-eyed, and I don't think it's because of the dust in the room right now, but I don't want anyone to apologize for not being at the Unapologetic event. I don't want that to happen.
So anyways, everybody, go to my website, michellemoras.com. You know me, you watch me, you've seen me with Ken, you've seen me on social media, and we don't play around. And I hold back on this camera.
I do a little bit. I don't want to. I don't want to.
If you have not seen me on stage, you definitely want to come to see me on stage. And if you haven't, go look at some of my videos. I'm not too shabby. And as an executive speaking coach, you really want to be in that room, because for every feedback I give, you get to learn from that feedback. It's cumulative. Okay.
Yeah. And if you don't want to change and you don't want to be more powerful, it may be because you don't know what it looks like. That's all.
Yeah. Come see. Yeah. Come see. So I'm so glad we had this time together. Rock your life, Craig Deswell's shirt.
Which is, I wore this because I knew you were going to talk about Dr. Fab, and we met Dr. Fab through Craig. So Craig, big kisses. We want you in Dose of Hope. We want to support all the things. Amplify, who you are and the people you attract.
Yes, and Craig's got his Rocktober event happening right when I'm going to Europe, actually, October 8th, 9th, or something like that, 9, 10.
Yeah.
Look up Rock Your Life. Craig does well, Rock Your Life, and you'll be able to learn more about that.
Another opportunity to probably meet Dr. Fab.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, more than likely. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. And please share the live stream, and we will see you possibly next week, if not the week after. And until then, stay amplified, keep smiling, and be unapologetic.
And
what?
Keep your teeth in. It makes a better smile. Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll see you hopefully next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.